Octagonal here, and welcome back to another video.
Whoa, Cinnamon, that's my line.
Oh.
Thanks, Cindy. Mr. Octagonal here from Octagonal Gaming. Now we're going to be starting a new series of the channel. We're going to be starting an expansion MyLeague. We're going to go through the teams in just a minute. I'm not using Bryson Pacers off-season rosters because people like Jason Tatum and Jonathan Isaac are left unprotected, which makes no absolute sense. There's Cinnamon for you. But I just decided to use like the normal roster. 7 players will be projected. I'm going to be live streaming the expansion draft tomorrow. I'll leave more details in the comments. And I did not make any of the logos, any of the stadiums, any of the jerseys. So none of the credit goes to me. And without further ado, let's meet the two teams.
I have something to say.
What?
If you guys want a little guinea pig live stream, tell me in the comments below.
Guinea pig live stream. Woohoo. First team locates in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So Pittsburgh, they have not all 4 professional sports teams. They have a professional football team, a professional baseball team, a professional hockey team. They have the University of Pittsburgh Panthers, which is solid at sports. And sport-wise, they're not doing too bad, but they're missing one thing: basketball team. The Pittsburgh Steelers are one of the most storied teams in all of sports. They have the most Super Bowl victories in NFL history. They have a lot of good history. They've won 2 since 2000. They're still a pretty good team now with Big Ben, Le'Veon, Antonio Brown. So the Pittsburgh Steelers, one of the most fascinating teams in all of sports, one of the most successful teams in all of sports as well. Next is the Pittsburgh Pirates, who I believe are one of the oldest teams in Major League Baseball, but they're not as good as the Steelers at all. Currently, obviously, they have no clue what they're doing for the deadline with Andrew McCutchen, but they have a few great players in their history, such as Roberto Clemente, but not as storied as the Steelers at all. And lastly, we have the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Penguins have had a storied hockey career, but that roller coaster is at the peak right now. They've won the past 2 Stanley Cups, led by star Sidney Crosby, the goalie Marc-Andre Fleury, who I know isn't on the team anymore, and a bunch of other really good players, but the Penguins are the best team in hockey at this moment, and Pittsburgh's just missing one thing: a basketball team. Meet the first of the 2 expansion teams, the Pittsburgh Condors. The next team resides in San Diego, California. Now, San Diego has had some basketball teams back in the 60s and 70s. They have the San Diego Rockets, which are now the Houston Rockets, and the San Diego Clippers, which are now the Houston Clippers. Wow, no. Which are now the Los Angeles Clippers. So they've had basketball teams, but they haven't had any for a while. And I mean, the Rockets were really good in Houston with just mainly Hakeem, and the Clippers have always been awful except for like the past 5 years. And they don't have many teams. At this point, they have one, so unlike Pittsburgh, San Diego's sports are a bit more depressing, if you get what I'm trying to say. At this moment, San Diego does not have a basketball team. I don't think they have a hockey team. If I am, I'm an idiot and I'm forgetting them. And they don't have a football team because the Chargers obviously moved this past offseason, so they're going down from 2 teams to 1. Obviously, the Chargers weren't great. They've never really been great, but they're still a football team. Wouldn't you rather one football team than none, except for it's the Browns? The only team San Diego currently has is the San Diego Padres, and yeah, the Padres are an embarrassment. They are like the second worst team in baseball behind like the Phillies or something. And the Padres are awful. So you know what to do. We got to get another awful sports franchise until they start winning. And that comes as a basketball team. Because obviously hockey in San Diego doesn't really make much sense, does it? And the second team, the San Diego Sharks. Hopefully you're able to tell by the thumbnail and the title of the video that the team we're going to be choosing is the San Diego Sharks. So, fantasy draft, no. Let's go down here, protected players. We're going to have 7 protected players for each team for the expansion draft, which will be tomorrow, which will be a live stream. So I'm going to live stream it tomorrow. I'll probably give more specifics in the comments below. So, yeah, that's fine, I guess. So, the Sharks are right there. What am I? The Condors are probably all the way over there. Yeah, right there. So, we're going to be the Sharks. It's going to be our team. I think we have a pretty sick logo. It did take me, like, literally about 2 hours to find good team designs. I'm not saying there was none, but I was, like, deciding between a bunch. And I only wanted to have 2. I had this one, like, Supersonics one that was really cool, but I decided against it. I wanted to have one East team, which is the Condors, and one West team, which is us. And for the Pacers series, we were in the East, so I kind of wanted to do something for the West this time. So obviously we have no players. Next episode will be I guess tomorrow, next episode, whatever you want to call it, will be the live stream for the expansion draft. We may even play our first game or something. I don't really know. But adios, amigos.